everyone, and welcome back to Hecht Creative. Today we're going over the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Lost Galaxy Magna Defender, and Dino Thunder White Ranger from Hasbro. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. Let's take a look at Magna Defender. Magna Defender is a really cool knight bull looking kind of thing to him with those horns. Looks really great. I love the lime metallic color going on there with the silver and the black. This emerald matches this emerald color right over here. It's very nice. The golds don't quite match though, which is interesting. This is more of a sort of brassy gold. This is more of a limey gold, which is kind of weird. I like the red in the cape. It pops very well, although it is very plastic looking and kind of strange, I guess. Very Halloween costume Dracula, if you will. The silver looks really good over here though. I like these striations going down. The zigzag pattern is pretty neat. There is some scuffage over here. Not sure if it was another figure or something. The legs are a bit of a departure from the rest of the figure. We do get the hexagon theming going back, up with the knees, which is fine. We also get plates over here that are similar to the ones on his legs, and his boots are pretty interesting. They have a little sort of buckle looking thing over here. Very nice and reminiscent of the olden days. He's a very old inspired character. The horns are meant to show fierceness and fear to his enemies, and I think it looks nice. Really nice looking figure. Super cool. As far as accessories goes, he comes with this outstretched hand that looks pretty cool. It's nice, I guess. There's a little plate on the back that's pretty neat. You do get a swivel out of it and then up and down. Very nice on that. You also get a cupping hand that you can swivel and then go up and down once again. They're nicely done and pretty cool hands. He comes with a trigger figure hand and a gripping hand. They do swivel and then hinge like every other hand with this figure. They work out very nice and they hold some cool things. He also comes with his Magna sword and Magna blaster, rocking them, looking cool. This is where the figure excels, with some great weapons, looking awesome holding them. The Magna sword looks amazing. I love the gold. It's very bright and shiny. The silver too. The black brings it all together, and the hexagonal little pattern ties into his chest over here. Same with this, same hexagonal pattern. We get this piece over here that looks wonderful, very nice and crooked. I love the little lines and details on it. It's really nicely done. On the other side, it's the same for both. It's pretty cool and awesome. I'm not sure if it's the same weapon or not, but they're very neat. The Magna sword can plug into a sheath right over here. It's pretty neat and stays in firm. The sheath is really wobbly and floppy though, so that's kind of a strange thing to have. It's just weird. The Magna blaster has possibly the worst effect that I've seen in a long time. This plugs in, but it doesn't really want to stay once you plug it in. It's very confusing and weird. I think it's actually formed to this thing, but it's really hard to see, so yeah, it's awful. As far as articulation goes for Magna Defender, the head can go back this far, forward this far, get a swivel over here, a little bit of pivot going on, goes up this far. It's stopped by this little pad over here, going down. You can do it all the way around. Watch out for that pad though. You get a swivel over here. Double joint elbows that are pretty good. They're fine. You do go down. The butterfly joints on him are kind of hidden and don't really do much. They're just okay, I guess. And then you swivel around with the torso and then back this far. It does break up this pattern, so just saying, you might not want to do that. And forward this far, which doesn't really break the pattern up that much. It kind of hides it, which is nice. And we also can go up and then splits with these ball jointed hips kind of, and in. You also can swivel at the top and go double jointed knee right over here. Really nicely done with that. You don't really get anything down here, and you get you do get a swivel actually below the bracer, which is great, and then down and up, and then pivot with two pegos on the feet. Really nicely done for this figure. I like him and his accessories. Super awesome character, and he just looks really great. It's a shame that some colors don't really match, and that pattern kind of messes up, but as far as it goes, he's my favorite so far. Magna Defender stands at just about 6 inches tall or so next to the Mighty Morphin Green Ranger. They look pretty cool together actually. The green and gold kind of match ever so slightly, and that's pretty neat. And also here's Hecht Creative. Ho ho, my good fellow, what is this I see here? You are holding both a gun and a sword. That is too cumbersome for the modern man. Now, my friend, allow me to introduce to you the pinnacle of technology. In combining things, we call it the gun sword. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. Now let's take a look at the Dino Thunder White Ranger. You may be wondering why the Dino Thunder White Ranger's head is different now, but stay tuned for that story. There is no paint around this thing, and I will go over that later on. The fin looks pretty cool, even though it isn't really painted all the way, I don't think. That's kind of strange. The red is nice in it though, as is the red on the visor. It's white throughout, which is pretty okay. The little pauldron shoulder thing is really cool. I love the stripes. He's like a large zebra man with gold on him. It's wonderful. Very nicely done. It's huge like pauldrons. It's really cool. It does plug into the back, which is a really nice detail and keeps it from moving around that much. It does come to a point down here. We have some nice jagged stripes going down all the way down the arms too, very nicely. These are, I think, reuse of different body parts from other Rangers and stuff, but that's fine with me. The paint is fantastic. I love it so much. It's a really, really well done figure that looks really nice. The gold is really cool. It accents it well. This thing is neat. It looks like an Ocarina of Time to me. I'm not sure why. This little, I don't know, it looks like a frog, you know, with sharp teeth, I guess. I'm not even sure what this is anymore. This holster is pretty cool. It's nice and silver. His boots are really awesome. They have some nice striping over here with some coming down to some points with the gold. That's really awesome and really neat looking. And his boots are really cool. They're neat. It's a very greatly designed figure. But let's talk about that head for a sec. As far as accessories goes, he comes with this alternate head that you actually have to sort of mail away for. Hasbro didn't do this head right initially, and you had to actually contact them and say, I would like another head, please. You had to give them the number off the bottom of the foot and everything like that so you could get your mail away head. They send it to you, and when putting it on, little drum roll please, looks way better. It's fantastic and beautiful. I love this so much. It's wonderful, perfect, and excellent. I think this completes the figure and makes it look like a 10 out of 10. It's so well done, very minimalist. I love it a lot. The spikes are great on this thing and they look amazing. It's beautiful. The fin is really nicely done. Now I can tell that it wasn't painted right, I think, before. I'm not sure exactly. You know, it looks better anyways. I love it so much. It's just the best head ever. That's so cool. So cool. The Jeffrey Parazzo as Trent Fernandez character head sculpt looks fine, I guess. It looks better in person than it does on the camera. It's really glossy and weird, but the hair looks really fine. I gotta say though, his face gives me sort of a young, childlike kind of look as opposed to the older looking Rangers, so make of that as you will, but it still looks pretty good from what I can see here. For these hands, I rather would have had fists. He comes with this strange gesturing hand that kind of reminds me of like this was a good meal kind of thing. We get some back and forth and swivel, and then this hand that's like a gripping kind of hand almost looks like the Green Ranger flute hand. Get some swivel right there, and then up and down. It's just pretty okay. I would have rather had some fist or something. He comes with two holding hands, trigger figure hands, whatever you want to call them. They swivel and then hinge. We've seen them a million times before. He also comes with a Drago sword and a laser arrow wave. The only problem is all this weight makes his hand really limp and doesn't really work that well, which is kind of a shame. Taking it off though and separating them, it almost looks like a quill. It's pretty cool. The Drago sword is very interesting and neat and very unique. I love it a lot. It looks super great. The laser arrow wave as well is fantastic. Very nicely done and beautiful. I don't think I ever want to take it off of this thing. It's so well crafted and well done, Hasbro. It looks great. You can also store the Drago sword in this sheath. It's pretty nice and a good fit actually. Well done. As far as articulation goes, we've seen the same basic articulation with every other Lightning Collection figure, but we at least can go with the head up and down mostly, you know, very down, very up, swivel, some nice pivot. You do get a butterfly joint that's very nice with some good articulation for the arms at least, and the body can rock, goes down, goes up, goes splits and down. You go swivel up here, swivel at the boot, pretty much works actually fine. Swivels a little bit above it too, down and up, and then pivot, peg holes, double jointed knees, and that's the same kind of thing we've seen throughout every other Ranger. Yeah, really nicely done figure and looks super cool. I'm really happy with it, and he's just awesome. Big gold zebra man, wonderful. The White Dragon Ranger stands at about 6¼ inches tall or so next to the Mighty Morphin Black Ranger. They both look cool together with the black and white dichotomy, although I find the White Dragon Ranger to be a little more stylish because he has more gold. And also here, Jesse Hecht Creative. Hey, does this helmet make me look fat? What do you mean you want Italian food? Overall, I love these figures. It brings me back to a time when I loved really cool looking things. These characters are very toyetic and cool for the sake of being cool. Magna Defender is awesome. He looks like a knight and a bull with his sword and his blaster. They're amazing. The armor on him is really cool, and even though some of his colors don't really match that well, I love the design. It's like a kid designed it. It's all the really nice, cool things wrapped into one package. Dino Thunder White Ranger is a super cool figure as well, if not cooler than the Magna Defender. I do find that this figure has some insanely good color blocking. Looks really great with all those little spikes on him in just black with a little bit of gold. a little bit of red, and the translucent laser arrow wave, he's fantastic. Almost perfect. The weapon's unique. He has some really great parts on him, really strange hands. And if it weren't for the fact that I had to do a lot to get that new head on him, he'd be incredibly amazing. If not already. He looks great. I just wished that I didn't have to jump through hoops to get him fixed. And also, those other parts, the other hands, aren't really needed for him that much for me. But make no mistake, in getting him and Magna Defender for your Lightning collection, you won't be disappointed. They're both incredible, toyetic, and amazing. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching and keep being creative. Stay tuned.